comes to air travel in this country, the FAA put up a little warning flag that you need to know about. It's a little warning flag right now, but it could very easily turn into a big, glaring red flag if Congress doesn't get its act together. Now, first, I want to be very clear. This new government report says every day in this country, the FAA safely facilitates the travel of almost 3 million airline passengers across more than 29 million square miles of airspace on more than 45,000 flights a day, while employing 35,000 air traffic controllers and staff to keep aircraft moving safely and efficiently 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Air travel in the United States is safe. However, the air traffic control system is facing several major problems, including short staffing, outdated technology, and chronic underfunding that could, in the future, put that safe record in jeopardy. Now, that's according, as I said, to this new report from the National Airspace System Safety Review Team. It is 52 pages long, and it says at this point, American airspace is safe. But the FAA's problems are chipping away at the safety protections that have been in place for decades, and the problems are unsustainable over the long term. Now, before I go any further, if you want to actually read this report, I'm going to email it out to you tonight in my Newsgirl News Roundup email, so make sure you sign yourself up. Now, this report didn't come out of nowhere. The FAA commissioned the report after those near misses on runways across the country that we were all talking about earlier this year. So the National Airspace System Safety Review Team dug around, and they found the problems weren't as simple as just someone who wasn't paying attention. The issues are much bigger than that. The report found a lot of the problems stem from lack of staffing, and lack of staffing, for the most part, stems from lack of funding. Funding that Congress has to approve. And that lack of staffing goes for lots of positions at the airport, but one in particular caught my eye. There are too few air traffic controllers who are just exhausted, doing too much of the workload, and there aren't enough new air traffic controllers in the pipeline to fill vacancies and to replace those who retire. Plus, Congress hasn't allocated enough money to hire the amount of people the FAA needs to continue to safely control all of those 45,000 flights a day and continue to grow with the airlines when they add more flights. The report says right now, air traffic controllers are doing a great job managing all these moving parts and challenges, but they can't hold this thing together like this forever. Like I said, this report shines a light on a lot of issues besides staffing that could soon cause problems for the FAA, including things like crumbling airport infrastructure, fractured systems, and outdated technology. It gives all kinds of recommendations for how to fix those things. But in the end, it all boils down to money. Money that Congress has to approve. And yes, it's true. Congress over the years has drastically increased the amount of money for the FAA. But the report says that money usually goes to infrastructure and not directly to the safety of air traffic operations. The report sums it up by saying at current funding levels, the FAA has insufficient resources to carry out its portfolio of responsibilities, and goes on to say underfunding introduces risk into the system. And the report takes a swipe at Congress and its inability to properly fund the government. You know, all these government shutdown threats that I keep reporting on. Yeah, that's a problem. It's a real problem. The report says congressional gridlock undermines the FAA's ability to effectively perform its mission.